There's a lot of different ways that you can paint your rifles, whether that be spray paint or Cerakote. Today we're going to be going over how to get your desired look for the cheapest way possible. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to take a blank slate gun that I just built. We're going to go out to the garage and we are going to paint this, and I will show you guys how to do it as efficiently, effectively, as quick, and as cheap as you can. So the things that you're going to need is your firearm, some kind of spray paint. I'm using Alumahide from Brownells, but you can use the dollar stuff from Walmart to make this as cheap as possible. And then I'm using just an old box from a bag that I had that I'm gonna throw on the ground so I don't spray paint the ground, but you can spray paint whatever you want if you wanna make this even cheaper. Eliminate the box and save the money there. Some people will say that you have to degrease the gun, you have to clean it, you gotta do some things to prep it, you rough it up a little bit so the paint adheres better, and you can absolutely do that, but this is the cheapest way possible. So we're just gonna leave the gun exactly the way it is. We're gonna throw it in a box and we're gonna start painting it. So one thing that actually is fairly important is taping up markings on your optics, your brightness settings or your magnification levels, just so you have those for reference. For like the top here, the scope cap, you don't have to do that. And anything else on this rifle that you would like marked off. If you have a Daniel Defense, I think it's a requirement that you have to keep the DD or something still on there. I don't really care, I'll just spray paint over everything. But I'm gonna tape over real quickly, and we're gonna use Scotch tape because the name of this video is a budget and everyone should have Scotch tape. So we're just gonna throw this on that, like that. This cat really, it's actually gonna be kind of inconvenient because there's a cat hair all over my gun now. Screw it, I'll just add some taste to it. But I'm actually gonna tape off the bottom part here, the serial number, because this is 0001. This was the very first optic that was made. So I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to keep that from being spray painted. But other than that, I don't care. We're gonna paint everything else. And we're gonna add some nice cat hair to it. That'll be our design. Now some people will say you have to tape off your trigger, cover your mag well. If you're really that worried about your magazine well, just go ahead and throw a magazine in there and that will solve the problem. But honestly, if a little bit of paint gets in here and that causes your rifle to malfunction and your wildly tight tolerances of your Palmetto State Armory AR-15, tape up whatever you would like and keep it covered. Or maybe spray painting might not be the thing for you. Before we go any farther, I have to thank the channel sponsors and the ones that help support the channel and keep me being able to do what I do here. Brownells, Howitzer, Locks & Company, and Tecto Knives. All four of these companies are phenomenal. I can't thank them enough, and I would love it if you guys would show them appreciation and some love for supporting the channel, everything they do for me. Brownells, you can use code TA10, save 10% off orders $150 or more, and it's limitless. Use it as many times as you want. Share it with all your friends. Tecto Knives makes fantastic knives. I'm gonna be giving them away here soon, so if you're interested in that, check out my Patreon and memberships. Locks & Company is working with me on my own hair product, which I'm really excited about, and the fact that they just make beard oil, body conditioners, all these other things on their website that have awesome ingredients, all natural, and things you actually want to put on your body. So go ahead and pick some up and use code Tactical Advisor, and Howitzer donate 5% of proceeds to charity, and they collaborated with me on my own t-shirt design. You can pick one up in the description. Let's get right into the video. Right now we're ready to start painting, and we're just gonna go right for it. The first thing we're gonna do is start with a nice base layer. We're just gonna use a green. We're gonna paint that, and then we're gonna add whatever we want after that. It's kind of important to get your cat out of the way because I don't think he wants spray painted, or maybe he does, I don't know. He's kind of silly. And it can be a little nerve-wracking at first and intimidating to spray paint your gun, and I understand that. But the best thing to do is just start doing it. And you're honestly gonna find that it turns out really nice when you're done. You're gonna be excited, you're gonna have fun with it. The hardest part is honestly just starting. And the best part is there's really no right or wrong. This all comes down to personal preference. It's whatever you want. If you want it to be heavy on the green side, spray paint a little more green. If this is too much green, take your black and put some more black on it. So that is the great thing about doing something like this. Now, if you're going for an absolute bare bones look, you can just stick with this and just spray paint it green and maybe do a couple lines, or you can get some things that will get some design to it. So I'm gonna take some old leaves. They don't have to be perfect, or maybe they do. It's completely your preference. And you're just gonna put them on the paint randomly, and it's just gonna create a little bit of a design to break things up a scotch. It's not gonna break it up a ton. It's not gonna change the look completely, but it does help a little bit. So you can break this one up like that. I've seen a lot of guys use leaves like this. You can use like mesh bags, whatever design you want. That is the wonderful thing about spray painting. You can do whatever the heck you absolutely want to. So we're going to now just go through
Just simple lines like that.
So there we go. And as you can see, like right there, that design, that leaf actually stayed there the whole time, so it kept that design there of the green. So the goal really is just breaking up the hard lines here of your rifle. And that's what we're doing. You're just getting different directions and lines and angles. It's just really breaking up that rifle. So you're gonna let it sit just long enough to dry, and you're gonna take it and then just flip it over and then see what your gun used to look like. And we're going to absolutely spray back over it. If it wears, I can just come right back out here and spray it right back over. So it's not too big of a deal. And that's the fun thing about spray paint. Super cheap, super simple to use, and you can touch it up so easily. See, there's literally no rhyme or reason for what I'm doing. It's all completely random. And that's what you want. You don't want it to look made specifically a certain way, because then it kind of stands out even more. It kind of defeats the purpose of what you're doing. The whole purpose is to make it stand out, or not stand out.
That was a little bit harder line than I expected.
It's as simple as that. It really is. So that is how you cheaply spray paint your gun. And you can adjust accordingly, switch things up, flip it over, decide, okay, the other side doesn't look that cool, so while it's drying, we can just flip it over and take a look and be like, okay, I like or I dislike what I see here. So then you can make adjustments from there. Now when you're peeling these off, as you can tell, you see all your numbers still. So you don't have to worry about losing your magnification settings and everything. And yeah, it stands out a little bit, but you obviously are gonna want those things. So I let it dry, and I noticed there wasn't as much brown as I would have liked in there. So as you can tell, I touched it up a little bit more. So I just threw a couple more sprays of brown in there just to add some more of that brown and that more earthy tone. So here is the final product of the wildly cheap spray paint job on this gun. And is it perfect? Absolutely not. But does it do the trick? Yes, it does. It gets the job done and gets that desired look that you want. You can make this as fancy or as quick and easy as you would like it. And that's the great thing about spray paint. You can spray paint over if you screw up. If you miss a part or you want to add a couple colors, you just go out and spray back over it. If this starts to wear really bad, I can just take it back out and fix those. So spray paint is just a really, really quick, easy, and cheap way to do it. And a lot of people will put a little bit too much thought into it. They'll overthink it. And you don't need to do that, because it's so simple. I understand it's really intimidating to spray paint something so expensive that you've built and you're excited about, but trust me, when you do it, you will enjoy the final product. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I just want to clarify, because somebody will put this in the comments and say you did it wrong. Yes, there are better ways to do this. There are other ways to do this. You can break this whole gun down and really clean it and make sure it is primed and ready and prepped as good as possible if you want to. That just depends how much time and money you want to put into it. I just wanted to do this showing you guys as fast as possible. This was a new build that I just finished, and I thought to myself, you know what? I want to go paint it. It was way too cold out. I probably shouldn't have painted it, but it stuck and everything in here just fine. I do like that brown house aluminum hide. That did stick really, really well. It doesn't have that like yucky feel. Like sometimes spray paint almost has like a sticky feel to it. This does not have that, and I really like that. So it adheres better in my mind. It's a little more expensive, but you can also use code TA10. That will save you 10% on your order at Brownells. If you want to do that, that's a personal choice, and you can do whatever you would like. Hopefully this video was able to help you make the decision if you should take the leap and spray paint or not. If you're looking to help out the channel, a couple ways to do that. Down in the description are some discount codes for companies I personally trust and a link tree that you can use. Anything you buy using those links does help out the channel and show that you are supporting me, and I appreciate that, and that helps a lot. If you guys like giveaways, join the Patreon and the membership, and I do a lot of giveaways of really cool products like custom plate carriers, flashlights, and a lot of other accessories and knives. And other than that, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.